Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Tri-School Productions, that's Mercy, Notre Dame, and Serra, is proud to present our final performance of our spring musical production, Matilda. At this time, we would like to remind the audience that the use of flash photography or recording devices are strictly prohibited. Also, we kindly ask that you take a moment now to silence all cell phones. And now, Tri-School presents Matilda with our orchestra under the direction of Mr. Matt Matei.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm his special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mom says I'm an angel sent down from the sky.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as handsome, strong as me. It's true he indulges my sins into the bulge, but I'm his little soldier. 1, 2, 4, 3.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as bold or tough as me. Has my daddy told ya? One day when I'm older, I can be a soldier and shoot you in the face.
One can hardly move for beauty and brilliance these days. It seems that there are millions of these 1 in a million these days. Specialness is the rigor, above average is average, go figure. Is it some modern miracle of calculus that such frequent miracles are rendered each one unmiraculous?
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peer for a miracle like me. My mummy says I'm the precious Carolina. She has never seen a prettier Carolina. She says in the teen I have to cut down on the cream, but I'm a Carolina, so give me more cake.
Take another picture of our angel from this angle over here.
She is clearly more emotionally developed than her peers.
What's it, dear?
Honey, look at mommy.
Don't put honey on your brother.
Small for mommy, small for mother.
I think she blinked.
We'll take another. Have you seen a skateboard? You gotta see on the report.
What?
School teachers standing on the shore. He's just delightful.
So there's an insightful. Might she be a little brighter than her claws?
Yes, she's definitely advanced.
My
mother says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. I think you're right. Ever since the day Doc chopped the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no peers for a miracle like me. My mummy says I'm a miracle. That I'm as tiny and as shiny as a miracle. You can be all cynical, but it's a truth that miracle has never been a miracle. A miracle is miracle like me.
Look, is this going to take much longer, Doctor? I've a plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood?
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this time, I have a secret weapon, Rodolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple, incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really not know what it is?
Gas?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I... Look, am I fat?
You're pregnant!
What?
You're going to have a baby!
I've got a baby, I don't want another one! Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or... Oh my good lord, what about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A child! The most precious gift that the natural world can bestow upon us has been handed to you. A brand new human being, a life, a person, a wonderful new person is about to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell!
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
Push, Miss Wormwood, push! I'll push you in a minute.
Newborn life, the canvas, yet unpainted. This still unbroken skin, this uncorrupted mind. Every life is unbelievably
unlikely. The
chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle.
Where's he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Doctor. What am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh my word. He's an ugly little thing, isn't he?
This is one of the most beautiful children I've ever seen.
Oh my good lord. Where's his thingy?
His what?
His thingy. His whatchamacallit. His doodah. What have you done with his thingy?
Mr. Wormwood, this child does not have a thingy because...
What? A boy and no thingy. Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's not our thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is there still time for the biannual international...
Competition's finished. You missed it. Look, I don't suppose we could exchange the child for a boy, could we?
This is the worst day of my life. Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-final night. I should be dancing the tarantella, Piemontella, Italiano, not just in hospital cotton, with an ouching front bottom, and this horrible, smelly little horrible animal
I have ever seen.
I can't find his Franken beat.
Every life is unbelievable.
says, I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says, I'm a bore. My mummy says, I'm a jumped up little germ, that kids like me should be against the law. My mummy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart-mouthed girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir, that's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Are they good runners? Let's put it this way, you wouldn't beat them in a race. No, sir. Yes, sir, they are good runners, sir. So, how much exactly? Hang on.
Look at this. She's reading a book. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom.
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me stories, Harry. Who wants stories? It's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'm gonna call you straight back. Would you please shut up? I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. It's bad enough you spend us into trouble, expect me to get us out. What am I, a flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me, then? I've got an old house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. I'm off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be speaking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
But I'm gonna make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Very rich. Russian businessman. Very, very stupid. Your genius husband is about to sell them 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What's about the Russians?
Fair. Listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is thank heavens Michael has inherited his old man's brains. Eh, son?
Michael. Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way in which you've spoken to me tonight.
This is all your fault, you know, with your stupid books and your stupid reading.
What? But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right. Let me tell you something. You're off to school in a few days' time, and you won't be getting right there. No. I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about you and your smarty pants ideas. Great, big, strong, scary woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics, throwing the hammer. Just imagine what she's going to do to a horrible, squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Now off to bed, you little bookworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent 4 was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet. It was written in the stars before they even met. That a love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we are told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. not right. You have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Keep out of reach of children. Oil of violets hair tonic. For men. Yup. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. The seat of a war in the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with the flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting every day. Start with the tick of a clock, all escapes. Start with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
You see, in business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means a good brain. Now, the secret to my success in business is
Secrets.
Yes, secrets. Anyways, the secret to my success is this. Oil of Violets hair tonic for men. Stand aside, son. Your old man is going to work. Oh yeah, that's the stuff, all right. That's the bananas right there. Oh yeah. Let me tell you, a man in business simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Secrets. Your hair, it's green.
Good Lord, woman, have you started already? It's not even 8:30. My hair's green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why do you want green hair?
I don't want green hair. I didn't do anything.
Maybe you used some of Mummy's peroxide by mistake?
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man!
My hair, my lovely hair. Oh my good Lord, I have my deal today. The Russians. What am I gonna do?
I know what you could do.
What is it? What can I do?
You could pretend you're an elf.
Yes, that's it. I can pretend I'm a... What are you talking about, you fool? The boys are looting.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Oh, don't be disgusting. Go on. Creep on back to that library of yours or something. The sooner you're locked up in that school, the better.
Matilda! What a pleasure to see you! Here in the library again, are we?
Oh, yes. I mean, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her. She hates when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad, too. He loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you. And do you tell them lots of stories, like you do with me? Oh, I love your stories, Matilda! And that's not a hint, by the way. But if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell me...
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey, and good luck with the Tolstoy. As I was saying, Matilda, I'm not hinting, but if you did happen to have a story you wanted...
Who was that lady?
That lady? That lady was Miss Honey. She's going to be a new teacher.
That lady is my...
Yes. your teacher. Now, look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time. Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any lock that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. But not just to see their skill, but to see their love for each other, which was so deep it was said that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep of joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take the air. And each night the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf that the acrobat always wore. For then they had only to cry, "Tricks, tricks!" and the great performers would instantly oblige with a spectacular show just for them. But although they loved each other, although they were famous and everyone loved them, they were sad.
We have everything.
We have everything that the world has to offer, said the wife.
We have everything.
But we do not have the one thing in the world we want most.
But the one thing.
We do not have a child.
Patience, my love.
Patience, my love. The husband replied, time is on our side. Even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing no one is master of. As time passed, they grew quite old and still had no child. At night, they would listen to the silence of their big empty house, and they would imagine how beautiful it would be if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare!
This sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous feats, as their work became the only place they could escape. The inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so it was. They decided to perform the most dangerous feats ever known to man.
It is called,
said the husband, announcing the event to the world's press, who had gathered to listen with bated breath.
the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the cage, and it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is our destiny, said his wife, smiling sadly, slipping her hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
What? But isn't there some more? I mean, isn't there just a bit more? Isn't there just a little bit more? Well, I suppose your mother must be waiting for you. Is she here? I'd love to meet you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
After your first day of school.
My mummy says I'm a miracle.
my daddy says I'm his special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel.
Mum says I'm an angel.
Mum says I'm an angel. And so you think you're able to avoid this mess by being a prince or a princess. You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life as you know it is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. But if I try, I can remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell.
The girl was curious, so innocent to ask 1,000 questions. But unless you want to stop and listen up, and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished so severely if you step out of line. If you cry, you'll be dull. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why? Did you hear what we said? Just you wait for this end.
What's this as?
Physical education.
It's the Trunchbull speciality. Go.
The teacher's pet.
School is really fun, according to my mom. Dad said I love the alphabet.
The alphabet? Or you're gonna have to learn to listen, kids.
And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess. You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life, as you know, is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. But if I try, I can remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. Like you was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to stop, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished so step out of the line, and if you cry, it will be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why? Didn't you hear what we said?
Just you wait for this end. Just you wait for this end. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Why?
Why?
Just you wait for this end.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. Your first day of school. Now, do any of you know any of your 2 times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
Well, that's very good.
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times...
Stop! Good heavens! How far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
Well, yes, that's... How about this one? Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it, but 2 times 487. If you took your time, do you think that you could...
974.
12 sevens.
84.
Yes, I think we better leave maths for the time being and look at reading. Now, anyone read this?
Me, pick me, miss. Oh, me.
Very well, Nigella. Yes, I think we'd better leave it there, Nigella. We don't want you to burst a blood vessel on your first day. Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word.
Yes.
Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words.
Oh, yes. I mean, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences, because basically a sentence is just a bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you have no chance with books.
Have you read a whole book by yourself, Matilda?
Oh, yes. More than one. I love books. Last week, I read quite a few.
A few? In a week? My, that's good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Tessa the Dubervilles, The Lord of the Rings, Kim, The Invisible Man, The Secret Garden, Crime and Punishment, and Cat in the Hat.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. You've nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps I will wait. She's probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations is sensible. One should avoid confrontation where possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. Well, don't just stand like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. There's in my class. That is, there's a little girl called Matilda Wormwood.
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. An excellent man. Tell me to watch out for the brat, though. Such as a real what?
Oh, no, headmistress. I don't think Matilda's that kind of a child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Bombinatum est magitum.
Bombinatum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you she's a gangster?
She knows her times tables.
So she's learned a few tricks.
But she can read.
So can I!
I have to tell you, headmistress, that in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds.
But she's a squib. She's a shrimp. She's but an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her in with the 11-year-olds, Miss Honey. What kind of society would that be? What about the rules, honey? The rules.
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules, in my School, look at my trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer-throwing champion? 1969, do you think in that moment when my big moment came that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell! As I stepped up to the circle, did I change my plan? What? As I chalked up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not! As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off and dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt from the grunt I had practiced for many a month? Not the jot, not the dot, did I stray from the plot? Not the detail of my throw was adjusted or forgotten. Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the stands to let myself go. No, 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 no! No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't use happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer or your ball belong to as one gift, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squicks to toe the line. Sing, Johnny.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, in the circle all the time.
I apply just one simple rule to hammer-throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the ballet line and tow it, but always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
Well, I must tell you, headmistress, that it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Stupid, nasty, stinking, slimy, great big question asking who the hell do they think they are? Flipping, filthy, nasty, stupid Russians!
Oh, don't tell me. We're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and then said that these cars were knackered. I told them the reason the mileage is so high was a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied.
Of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me. I have green hair.
I've got hair.
And what's this? Another flaming book. What's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one. It's always books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you should
Lovely.
read it.
Here's what I think of your lovely.
No, it's from the library. It's the library of the Dad, please stop.
Oh, you showed the little brat, didn't you?
Now, get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. And while you're at it, why don't you stick that stupid book to your stupid head?
That was funny.
doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Matilda, can I ask you a question? Do all those brains in your head give you a headache? I mean, it's got to hurt all squished in there.
No, it's fine. I think they just fit.
Right, well, I should probably hang around just in case. If they start to squeeze out your ears, you're going to need some help. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends. Ah! Hide me! Someone poured a whole can of treacle onto the transport's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, her knickers stayed stuck to the seat. Someone told her I did, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done for, kid. You're finished.
Once Agatha Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
Yesterday, she caught Julius Rotwinkle eating a licorice allsort during science class. She just picked him up, swung around, and threw him out the window.
Don't listen to them. That didn't happen. They're just trying to scare us.
Oh, Matilda, they're saying she's going to put me in Chokey!
What's Chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she's lined up with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spice and wood, and it isn't wide enough to sit. And even if you could, there are nails on the bottom, so you wish you'd stood. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat but the end of your nose. And if you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
All right. Look, when did this happen?
About 20 minutes ago. But why? Oh no, she's coming!
You'd better hide. Oh, quick, blazers!
Please don't tell her I am Matilda. Shoot
now!
You circulating spleen. Where's the maggot known as Nigella?
She's over there under those coats. Where she's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh, yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigella suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder, narcolepsy. The condition is characterized with the sufferer experiencing bouts of fatigue and falling suddenly asleep, often without knowing or any warning at all. You see, we put her under those coats for safety, didn't we? Didn't we? She'll probably think she's in bed when she wakes up.
Is it time for school yet, Mum? Where am I? This isn't my bedroom at all. Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Thrip!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mummy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
And your mother is a twit! your name?
Matilda. Matilda Wormwood.
Oh. So you're Wormwood, are you? Well, Wormwood, you have just made a very, very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend! Wow!
Yes, sir. Brand new car, sir. Yes, sir. Completely different stock. Green hair. Oh, yeah. It was National Green Hair Day. A celebration of all the wonderful green things there are in this world. Like, lettuce and snot. Smart one. Absolutely, sir. A barber up. Doosfully doodah. Now that is how you do... What the... I'm gonna leave this on. Looks like rain.
Who is it?
Yes, hello. My name is Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
Oh, it will only take a moment.
Oh, come in if you must. This is Rodolfo. Oh, it's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Ah, parli italiano. Bene, ciao Rodolfo, piacere. Come stai?
What? Oh, babe, who is this? You know what interruptions do to my energy flow.
What is it that you want, Miss Chutney?
Oh, it's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to be reading and...
Well, stop reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in the zone, doll. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
Look, I'm not in favour of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. Looks are more important than books. Now, look at you, and look at me. You chose books, I chose looks.
I beg your pardon?
Babes, I'm on fire here. Please.
But Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Her mind? You really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people what are clever. It's very quaint, it's very sweet. But wrong. People don't like smarty pants what go round claiming up the know stuff we don't know. Here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content has never been less important. So, you have got to be loud. Girl, you've got to learn to stand up and stick out from the crowd. Woo! A little less wax, a lot more heel. A little less fat, a lot more feel. A little less brains, a lot more hair. A little less head, a lot more your tush, well, you got a light. Don't hide it under a bushel. No one's going to look if you don't stand out. Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't or not.
So long as you don't know it with a bit of clout.
The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the louder you get it. The tougher the act, the bigger the confession. The less you have to show, the louder you dress. You got to get up, you got to get up to be loved.
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she is special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me. Pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so, the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by a man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the Acrobat sister, a variety woman who used to be an Olympic class hammer thrower and loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart, she resented her sister, both her success and her love. Suddenly, out came the escapologist dressed as usual in his ties and spangly costume. But there was no sign of the acrobat and no glimpse at all of the shiny white scarf. And instead of the musical fanfare, there was silence as he solemnly strode into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
that a passing airplane cut it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon. Cancelled because my wife is pregnant.
Oh, Matilda!
Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. Then suddenly, the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten and the applause went on for nearly an hour.
So, it is a happy ending?
Forgotten by everyone except, that is, the acrobat sister. When all had quieted down, she steps forwards and produced a contract.
A contract?
A contract
you have signed to perform this feat, and perform this feat you shall.
No!
I have paid for the posters, the publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities. If I give the crowd their money back, where's my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, and sharp and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage will be performed and performed this day. Off to prison you both shall go. Not yet, anyway.
Well, but I don't know if my nerves will make it till tomorrow.
Mrs. Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
No. We must know how the story ends. And I'm not crying because it's sad. It's just that they wanted that child so very much. It must be wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yeah. Wonderful. Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps.
Matilda, may I speak to you for a moment? I'm afraid I've not been too successful in getting others to recognize your abilities. So, starting tomorrow, I shall bring in a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind. You may sit and read them while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, well, I shall do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Oh, Matilda! Why, that is the biggest hug in the entire world! You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood. Where is Matilda Wormwood? She admitted to you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clot, this foul carbuncle, is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, and a member of the mafia. This morning you sneaked like a serpent into my kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Standing up, little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty!
Okay, look, all right. I stole the cake. Oh, and honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of, almost thinking about owning up. Maybe. But the thing was, I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. You see, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I'd scoffed it down too quick. And now it was beginning to fight back. Oops. See?
I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty because you are a fiend, you are a crook, and you are a thief. And I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall reconcile you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp I had ever done. It was the biggest burp I had ever heard. The biggest burp I had ever heard about. It was like the whole world went silent for that burp to exist, as a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth and drifted across the glass, past Lavender, past Alice, past Matilda, and then my great, big, beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bog Trotter.
Yes, miss?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, and I'm very sorry.
No. As long as you enjoyed the cake, Bruce, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bog Trotter, it is.
Oh, well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. Gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, good. What's the matter, Bog Trotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
No. You're not full. I said that criminals like you are not full until you have eaten the entire cake.
But...
No time for buts. You haven't got time for what at all. Eat.
But I can't eat it all.
The headmistress, he'll be sick.
He ate all of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to slice of my cake. Eat.
He can't.
Eat.
He surely can't.
Eat.
He might explode.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, Bruce. Can't, he surely can't. You are the man, Bruce. He might explode. He's quite elastic. He's going to blow, make him stop. He's fantastic. Look at him go. I think in effect, this must confirm, Bruce, what we all suspected. You have a worm, Bruce, or maybe your largeness is like the TARDIS, considerably roomier inside. He can't, Bruce. Can't, he surely can't. You are the man, Bruce. Oh, see me, Bruce. You'll never again be subject to abuse, where your romance loose. She'll call the juice, Bruce. And we swallow you are tightening the noose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your belt, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in, you're almost finished. You'll get it in, whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let her win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
Too much. It's just too much.
Go on, Bruce. Do it.
Silence!
You'll never again be subject to abuse, for your romance abuse. She'll call the juice, Bruce. Just one more bite and you'll completely come to
Sorry, Miss Trunchbull, I got carried away.
No, that's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bogtrotter. Good show. Well, come along, Bogtrotter.
What? Where?
Did I not mention that was the first part of your punishment? There's more. There's the second part. And the second part is choking!
What?
No, Miss Trunchbull, please, you can't!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull, please, I can! Do you really think I'll allow myself to lose to these maggots? What am I, an idiot? A fool? You?
But you did what you asked, you eaten it all!
I've eaten it all. I did it. I ate the lot. I did it. No, please. No, don't take me to Chokey. No, please, no.
That's not right!
All right, everybody listen to me. Come on, sit down. You, everybody, come on. Now, I would like to offer an apology for some of the things that have been going on here tonight. They are not nice things, and they are not right things. And I would like to state guarantorically that we do not want any of the children that might be here tonight to go home and try any of these things for themselves. And I, of course, am talking about reading books. It is not normal for children to behave in this fashion. It stunts the brain, wears out the eyes, turns kids into ugly, sweaty, fatty, Betty, boring, gaseous, and crucially, it gives them head loss of the soul. Under no circumstances do we condone such activities, and we do so without reservoirs. Now, by a show of hands, how many people here have ever read a book? Why are there so many of you? Disgusting. All right, hands back up, come on. You, ma'am, what's your name? What was that? Miss Charlie. Okay. Well, Miss Charlie, I don't want you to take this personally, but bookworm, see little bookworm, reading all your books like a worm. Worms are stupid, you're a swarm. There. Now, Miss Charlie will learn from that. Won't stop her reading books. But I can guarantee she'll never raise her hand up in a theater ever again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the very pinnacle of our achievements as a species. The very reason we even bothered to evolve out of unicorns in the first place. Somewhere on a show I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So telly, if you bothered to take a look, is the equivalent of lark. Lots of books. All I know I learnt from telly, this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, you can switch the channel over just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertisements. Why would we waste the energy turning pages 1, 2, 3? We can sit comfortably on a lovely bumper fleece, watching people singing and talking and doing stuff. All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever a fella I am. Take it away, son! Can't learn that from a stupid book. All I know I learned from telly what to think and what to buy. Now I was pretty smart already, but now I'm really, really smart, very, very smart. Endless content, endless channels, endless chat on endless panels. All you need to fill your muffin without having to really think or nothing. Why would we waste the energy trying to work out Ulysses when we could sit happily on our lovely Bappablees watching slightly famous people talking to really famous people? All I know I learned from telly. Bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from our big telly just how clever a fella I am. Who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley, she sounds smelly. Charlotte Bronte, do not want it. Jane Austen, in the composting. James Joyce, oh he doesn't sound nice. Ian McEwan, feel like spewing. William Shakespeare, Schmilliam Shakespeare. Moby Dick. Hey, easy, Grandma. All together now. All I know, I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly what a very clever fella.
I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me. Well, not all about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to get the trunch full of jug of water and then... No. I don't want to tell you anymore because I don't want to ruin it. On my way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water, so I pick it up and... No! I will not say anymore! I'm gonna put the newt in the trash ball's jug. It's going to be...
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up,
when I grow up,
when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have.
When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up...
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
When I grow
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
Matilda, how lovely to see you. Are you enjoying school?
Oh yes, bits of it anyway. Mrs. Phelps, where's the revenge section?
What? Well, we don't have a revenge section. Why?
Is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Oh no, not a child exactly.
Matilda, are you sure something's
Do you want me to tell you the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story? Did you say? Matilda, what are you waiting for?
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound her shiny white scarf around her husband's neck. For luck, my love, she said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses. Smile, we have done this 1,000 times. Then suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world. So hard, he felt as if she would hug all the air out of him. And so, they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed. The great escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab a fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames on the specially designed dress within 12 seconds before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off!
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd held their breath as she hurled over the sharks and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, they watched as the flames crept up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach out her arms towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, the padlocks pinched open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and the door flung open, and the escapologist reached out one huge muscled arm to catch his wife and child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds.
Oh, I can't live!
11 seconds, and he grabs her hand, and they are both covered in foam before they could both be blown to pieces.
Hooray! So the story does have a happy ending after all.
No.
No?
No. Maybe it was the thought of their child. Maybe it was the nerves, but the escapologist used just a touch too much foam, and the hands became slippy, and she fell.
No! Whoa, was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except for the ones at the ends of her little fingers. But she did manage to live long enough to have their child. But the effort was too great. Love our girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She is all we ever wanted.
Love a girl with everything. She is everything.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
What? Worse? Not worse, Matilda, things can't get worse!
I'm afraid they did, because the escapologist was so kind. He never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean, and beating her if she did a thing wrong, but always in secret so that the escapologists never suspected a thing. And so, the poor little girl grew up with the meanest, cruelest, most horrendous aunt you could possibly imagine!
Call the police!
Mrs. Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh. Yes. Matilda, you are so smart. Your parents must think they've won the lottery having a child like you.
Yeah. Yes, they're always saying that, in fact. They say, Matilda, we're so proud of you. You like winning the lottery. Yeah, I'd better go.
I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, 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 very clever. I'm so very flaming clever, what a very clever fella I am. Come here, you!
What? No, stop, stop, there's only one man I do that with!
Everyone gather around. I want my family to share in my triumph. Not you, boy.
I'm a girl.
There I was, 155 old bangers on my hands, all polished up, but the mileage telling the truth, that each one was knackered. How could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards, could I?
Backwards!
When suddenly, I had the most genius idea in the entire world. I ran into my workshop, grabbed a drill, and using my incredible mind, I attached it to the speedometer of the first car, turned it on, and whacked it in reverse.
Backwards!
Yes, boy, backwards exactly. A drill's motor was thousands of times a second, and within a few minutes, I had the mileage reduced to practically nothing. I did it to every single car.
Backwards! Stop talking now, darling. There's a good boy.
10 minutes later, the Russians showed up. Great big, nasty face, Dave. Expensive suits, dark glasses. Don't know who they thought they were.
Russians are nocturnal. Saw that in a program last night.
That was Badgers. It was a program about badgers.
Same thing. And? Did it work? Fantastico! Now we'll be able to afford Rodolfo all day long.
But you've cheated them. That's not fair. They trusted you and you've cheated them.
What did we ever do to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go down to that library and tell that old bag you're never to be let in again.
What? No, please don't.
And if she does, I'll have her fired. And you'll never read another flaming book as long as you live. I'm gonna put an end to your stories, young man. Now, get in there and stay in there, you nasty little creep.
At night, the escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep, alone, in her room, and she never said a single word about the aunt's bullying, as she didn't want to cause a fuss, and so she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day she exploded. You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep! And she beat her, and she threw her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. But that day, the escapologist happened to come home early, and when he heard the sounds of his daughter's tears, he smashed the door open!
Don't cry, I am here, little girl. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, wipe away your tears, little girl. Forgive me,
desert you. Don't cry, little girl. Nothing can hurt you. You've nothing to fear. I'm here. Have I been so wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I have forgotten the one thing that mattered to us most? I love you so much, my daughter. I just spend the rest of my life making it up to you. We shall be together forever.
Don't cry, Daddy. I'm all right, Daddy. Please don't cry. Here, let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
I didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy,
Don't cry, little girl.
I'll be all right with
Nothing
you by
can
my
hurt
side.
you.
I have
You've
nothing
to
to
fear. I'm here.
But when the little girl fell asleep, the escapologist's thoughts turned to the evil sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his great heart.
This demon, this villain, this monster! She has sullied the memory of my wife! She has betrayed the trust of her own sister! She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage! Bullying children is a game, is it? Then let us see what this creature thinks she can do when the wrath of a grown man stands before her!
But that was the last the little girl ever saw of her father, because he never came home ever again.
Matilda, I've got you those books we spoke about, so if you'd like...
What are you doing with those books, woman?
They're for Matilda.
No, they're not. Not on my watch. There's an aid for reading and an aid for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, Bogtrotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only Bogtrotter here is now a good little toad. Sit. It has become clear to me, Miss Honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, we must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But nobody was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Now, where's my jug of water?
Out with it, Miss Trunchbull!
Stupid girl. Look at you all. Flabby. Disgusting. And revolting. Revolting, I say. I think it's time we opened you all up with a little bit of phys ed. This school of late started reeking. Quiet, maggots, when I'm speaking! Reeking the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your breeches this headmistress finds this foul odoriferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so to stop this stench is spread, a fine session of twisted sorts that merely rang from the revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and Vized will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the palm of aiding and abetting. A bit of his head will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Held, just like a rotten egg floats the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the whiff of resistance, the fog of dissent, the fog of mutiny in action. I can't. Before a weed becomes too big and greedy, you really need to nip it in the bud. Position 2. Before the web starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. A whiff of insurgence, the stench of intent, the reek of prepubescent protest, the palm of defiance, the odor of coup, the waft of anarchy and protest. Please, miss, please. Once we've exercised these demons, they shall be too pooped for scheming. Some double time discipline should stop the wrath from setting in. Right now, let's step it up. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening, for midgets who are fidgeting or whispering in history. They're chattering, they're chittering, they're nattering and tittering. Is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchistic mister thing. These minutes you are frittering, are pandering and pitying, while little ones like this is just disciplined. The simpering, the whimpering, and dribbling, and the spittling, the miss, I need to test you with an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to master it. The art of classroom interesting is discipline, discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent parting, however resistance, the fog of dissent, the funk of moral fibers rotting. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, go on, try it. Peace and quiet, a bubbling stream. Imagine the woods with a cottage. And inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Zeke, a carnival freak who can fold paper hearts with his mind. And he says, don't let them steal your horses. Don't let them throw them away. No, 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 you'll find a way through. They'll be waiting for you singing. Nee, nee, nee.
She's mad!
There, just like I said, a stinking maggot rears his head. Even the squittiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stinkiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything worse than the smell of rebellion? The stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, whiff of resistance, the fog of dissent. And I will not stop till you must walk to this rebellious walk. So claw your sweaty discipline
I don't think this is teaching at all. I think it's just cruelty.
That's because, Miss Honey, you're pathetic. You're wet. You're weak. You're in fact a sniveling little nit. Newt? Newt! Newt! Newt!
What is it?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's a snark.
Watch out, Miss Trunchbull's going to bite! It's poisonous!
Quiet, children, please.
You!
What? No, not me.
Cockroach! You did this! You vile, repulsive, malicious little sinner!
Ow, stop, stop!
What is that, maggot? Stop. We've only just started!
Miss Trunchbull, please, you'll pull his ears off.
I have discovered, Miss Honey, through many years of experimentation, that the ears of little boys not come off. They stretch. In fact, I can feel this one stretching now!
Ow, stop,
no!
stop, stop!
Leave him alone, you big, fat bully!
How dare you! You're not fit to be in this school. You ought to be in prison, in the deepest, dankest, darkest prison. I shall have you wheeled out, strapped to a trolley with a muzzle over your mouth. I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall strap you to a table and perform experiments on you. You and all these disgusting little slugs shall suffer the most horrid indignities because of you. Yes, you!
Have you ever wondered what I have about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red, and how if we are traveling at almost the speed of light and more holding in light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way. What I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that's coming to my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fully written. And when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud. And I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mum and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but as noise becomes anger and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade, but it isn't today. And the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet, like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. It's just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've said. Into the eye of the storm. Go on. Tip. Tip over. Tip.
Miserable excuse for collection of children and you, madam, standing there like the switch of switch, heart-beating heart. But I tell you that I am a match for you. There's no length I shall not go, no punishment I shall not inflict, no ear I shall not stretch back, no finger I shall not... Get off me. Oh, he's heading north. I've got the newt in my knickers. I've got the newt in my knickers. I've got the newt in my knickers.
Well, that certainly was interesting. I think we'd all better go home while we still can. Matilda?
Watch.
Matilda, I think it would be wise to go...
Watch. Please. I moved it with my eyes. Am I strange?
How do you fancy a nice cup of tea?
What do you think it is? The thing with my eyes?
I don't know, but I don't think we should be frightened of it. I think it's got something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room in my head for all my brains, so they have to squish out through my eyes?
Well, not exactly, but yes, something like that. You certainly are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. And what about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you?
Oh yeah, very. He is very proud. He is very, very, very proud. He always says, Matilda, I am so proud to have a daughter. As... That's not true, Miss Honey. That's not what he says. He's not proud at all. He calls me a liar and a cheat and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes. Yes, I am. Very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
Well, they don't actually, but I am even poorer than most because of other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but I was out walking one day and I came across this old shed and I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed, and I've lived here ever since.
But, Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, my father died when I was very young. Magnus was his name, and he was very kind, but when he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. And she was mean and cruel like you could never imagine. And then, when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me for all those years. She'd written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans, and she made me sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said my father had given her his entire house.
Did he really do that? Magnus, I mean, did he really just give her his house?
I don't know, but I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
I cannot say, Matilda. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here?
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
But Miss Honey, she's got your father's house. She's got everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read. And I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And even when outside it's freezing, I don't pay much heed. I know that everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is this your father's scarf?
Why, yes. My mother gave it to him before she died. You see, she was an
acrobat.
Well, yes, she was. And my father was
an escapologist.
Matilda, how do you know that?
So they were your parents.
What?
The people in my story.
What story?
A story. I've been telling a story, and I thought I was making it up. But it's real. It's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life?
She did him in. Let's go to the police.
No, Matilda, we can't. We have no evidence.
But why? She was so cruel to you. She beat you. She shouted at you. She threw you in cellars and locked you in cupboards.
Stop, Matilda, please.
Your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull.
In this world, children, there are 2 types of human beings. Winners and losers. I'm a winner. I play by the rules and I win. But if I play by the rules and I do not win, something is wrong. Something is not working. And when something is not working, you have to make it right, even if it screams. But what are you looking at?
You.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets a single answer wrong will go to Chokey. You. Yes, you. Let me see. Spell Newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey's taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Nonsense. Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron could see that. You. Stand up, turn around, and spell the one thing that you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You are cheating!
She's not cheating. She's simply spelling
These
the word.
little specks of dust cannot be this clever. They are but words.
I've taught them that all, with kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom, madam? They know nothing, and I shall prove it! You, snot-nose, spit-brain, stand up and spell. Let me see, spell. Spell alicamanial tryptoschemomytromesis.
But that's not even a real word. You
Spell.
just made it up.
I'll go to Chokey. And I should warn you, it has silent letters.
A M C H E L L A I.
Oh dear. Oh dearie. Dearie. Dear.
K.
I'm sorry. It was a silent C. You're going to Chokey.
Cat! C-A-M! Cat! I got it wrong, miss. You have to put me in Chokey too.
What?
Dog. D-Y-P. And me.
Table. X-B-A-F-Y.
What are you doing? Stop this!
You can't put us all in Chokey. Banana! X-A-A-B-M!
Maggots. T-S-P-A-D-Y-E.
What?
Snot-nose! U-T-O-O-O-O!
Get down here! What are you doing?
Naughty! P-U-F-T-Y-X-A! Big fat bully! P-Y-T-N-O-M-Y! Revolting! Revolting!
You have to put me in Chokey too, Miss Trunchbull. You can't put us all in Chokey. Come now, maggots. Do you seriously think I haven't thought of that? I've been
busy.
A whole array of Chokeys made for each and every one of you. And now that little spelling test is over, it has become clear to me that you've all failed. In this world, children, there are two types of human beings, winners and losers. I'm a winner.
The chalk!
I play by...
Look! The chalk!
What's this?
It's moving!
Stop it! Who's doing this?
Look, it's moving. It's writing something. Agatha.
Agatha. This is Magnus.
What the devil is it?
Give
That's Magnus.
Jenny
No.
back her
What the devil?
house.
Stop this. Stop this.
Then leave.
No, it's...
Or
It can't be Magnus.
I will
No.
Yes.
No.
You.
No.
Like you. Got.
No.
Me. Run. Run.
No.
Run. 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 Run.
Whoa, whoa, never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought
For the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again.
the Chokey Chant sled.
Never again.
Will I be bullied that
Never again.
Felt it when
My homie says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live behind bars. Never again will we know we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolt is done, and we'll have the church for revolting. We're revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolt is done, and we'll have the church for revolting. We're revolting.
will become a sword.
Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword.
Never again will we be ignored.
We'll find out where the chalk is stored. And shown with pictures on the board. It's not insulting. We're revolting. We get SBL, how we like. Every night with us the wrong is right. Everyone and O-R-T-Y. We're a little bit naughty. So you've got to stay inside the line. If you disobey at the same time, there's nothing that the tribesfolk can do.
Take her hammer and I say
You think you can push us too far, and there's no going back. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N.
revolting time.
U-S-I-N-G.
Song.
U-S-I-N-G.
Right.
U-B-R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too late for you. We are revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. It is too late for you. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. It is too late for you. We are revolting.
Few days later, the acrobat and escapologist's daughter received a letter in the mail from a solicitor. It said that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and she was now the owner of the beautiful old house that had up until that moment been owned by her evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in immediately and was very happy, happier than she had ever been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. The Chokeys were immediately destroyed, and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey, and it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
And do you know something else? Matilda could never again move things with her eyes. I thought perhaps it was because her mind was being challenged, but she said it was because she no longer had a need for superpowers. But sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much for so many people, but who was stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names, and I would feel my blood just boil, and I would wish I could just do something.
So, this is the end. And I wish so very much I could tell you the story has a happy ending. I wish so very much I could tell you Matilda got the love she deserved. But perhaps the truth is, not all stories have happy endings.
Spain.
Spain? But why?
Because this idiot, this nit, this twit brain decided it would be a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia.
I didn't know they were flaming Russian mafia, Dad. Come on, boy. We're leaving forever. We're never coming back.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to take Matilda. If she would like to stay here with me, that is. I would look after her with love and care and respect, and I would pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
You may leave our daughter here with you.
What did you call me?
Quick, we'll be here any minute.
Dad, you called me your daughter.
They're here, you idiots! I told you!
Quick, hide behind the books!
What if they damage my legs? My beautiful legs!
You are the Wormwood's daughter?
Yes.
Where is your father?
He's... I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man. And being so stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. And that is very, very, very stupid. And rude thing to do.
Yes, but I'm afraid he is quite rude. And very, very, very stupid.
Ah, you know this? At least there is one clever one in family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards.
Backwards!
Я не даже покрывает своего мирского отца. Да, Priyatna Paznokomitsa с такой умной девочкой.
Спасибо. Мне тоже приятно. Paznokomitsa с вами.
You speak Russian?
Not as well as I'd like to. It's a beautiful language, and I thought I'd learn as much as I can.
Matilda, who taught you to speak Russian?
I was reading Dostoevsky, and I thought it would be better to read it in the language it was written in.
I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. You know, your father has been stupid and rude to both of us, yes? I can very easily have friends. Teach him manners. And one day when he leaves hospital, he'll still be stupid, but not so rude, I think. I offer this as a gift to you. What do you say, Matilda?
Mr. Sergei, this is a very tempting offer, but he is my father, and I am his daughter. I think I'd have enough of revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda. Da? Stop! What are you doing?
What? You have to move stuff like that?
I thought you said your stool.
Matilda! I said Matilda! What is wrong with you idiots today?
Oh, he's not Saigash Badin.
He's Venetia.
He's Venetia.
Your father is very, very stupid, but he's also very, very lucky to have you as daughter. Although, if I happen to be doing business in these parts again, and I see him, he will not be so lucky. Pooh!
Quick! Let's get out of here before they change their minds!
What about the girl? Do you want to stay here? With Miss Honey?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And you want to look after her?
So I do.
Well, we're a bit short on room. So, yes?
Thank you.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the Wormwoods and Rodolfo sped off into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.